everyone, welcome to this week's conversation. I appreciate you tuning in. My guest tonight is a true friend of the show. In fact, if we had a frequent flyer program, he'd be a platinum member. In addition to being one of my all-time favorite singers, he's also our only four-time guest on the show. So please welcome back to the conversation one of the best voices on the planet, John Berry. John, welcome back, sir.
Good to be with you. I appreciate you having me on again.
Yes.
Let me take up all your airtime.
Yeah, you didn't know you were making history tonight, did you?
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's not every day that you get to have one of your all-time favorites on the show and to get to do it four times. It just doesn't get any better than that. And speaking of which, it doesn't get any better than the background and the setting of where you're at right now. So I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me tonight, John. And you've had a lot going on since our last conversation and a lot more coming up in the weeks to come. So what I'd like to do, if you don't mind, is start a little bit talking about your new album, Live from the Country Music Cruise. How did that all come about?
Well, we were on the country music cruise, and the folks asked, they said, "Hey, we got all this recording gear here. We're making some recordings." I knew they had recorded some friends of mine, some other artists that had been on the cruise ships, and I said, "Absolutely, that'd be a lot of fun." And so we opted in on that, and they're releasing it now, and I think there's a couple of cool things. We had one, Jimmy Fortune joins me on old John Denver song. He and I are both big John Denver fans, and he sings with me on Annie's song.
Oh, wow.
And then we had John, his name just slipped out of my head. I'll think of it in a second. He's a great pianist. He played piano on I Will If You Will.
Oh, wow.
And not only did he play on that record, he also wrote the song "I Will If You Will." And so he was on the cruise playing piano for different people. And I said, hey, come on.
Well, I'll tell you, John, one thing that I have to say is because I've downloaded, it was released on iTunes on November 7th, and I downloaded it the next day. And what blew me away were a couple things. Number one, your voice is as strong and as great as ever. And number two, the overall sound. Like, I'm thinking, how do you get that kind of sound on a cruise ship? How does that happen?
The band sounds incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, the drums are kicking. I'm telling you, that's my son Kalen playing drums.
I thought so because I saw one of the videos, Kiss Me in the Car. I was like,
Yeah.
that drummer looks familiar.
Yeah, and he did a terrific job. And of course, Mike plays bass, and Gabe Allen joined us on piano, and he played with me for a long time, and but not able to tour with me now. But we carried Gabe with us on tour on digital.
Wow.
So he's still playing with me. He's just doing it on digital, and we loaded him into the backing track. So I just didn't want to have to train another piano player. I'm so lazy. Hey everyone, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we also appreciate our first and longest running sponsor of the show, Tom and his team of insurance professionals at the Malin Agency. If world-class customer service and doing business with someone you can trust is important to you, give Tom and his team a call today for all your insurance needs. And but then Brian Cameron, of course, played guitar and as always, did an amazing job. And unfortunately, Brian, he actually ended up landing an amazing job. So we just lost him.
Oh,
this will be the first year Christmas tour in I'm not sure how many years that Brian's not going to be with us. And so I had to hire two guitar players to replace him.
Wow.
Brian's amazing. So.
Well, like I said, to me, like I'm listening to it, and I've seen there's a video out. I've seen it on YouTube, and folks, if you haven't seen it yet, check out the "Kiss Me in the Car" video, which is a great video. In addition to, again, the great song, and I have to ask another question with regard to the video: is Robin having as much fun as it looks like she's having during that song in the video?
That girl, she can rock it, and it's really funny. I think back on who was the very first concert you ever went to? Very first concert as a kid, whatever.
Edgar Winter and Bad Company.
Oh, see, you're rocking.
Yeah.
Me, not so much. I didn't go to concerts. I don't remember when first concert I ever went to. Maybe I was like middle of high school. I went to see John Denver, the Back Home Again tour at the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh,
My
wow.
wife's first concert was the Commodores. Dum, 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 dum. She's a brick in a house. You know, she loves to rock. My girl, she loves to dance, and music just moves her soul. So she's having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really shines through in the video. And again, folks, check it out on YouTube. It's out there, and make sure you get that music on iTunes and everywhere you get your music, because I promise you'll be glad you did. Now, John, you just mentioned the Christmas tour, and one thing that I couldn't help but think was when you started the tour all those years ago, could you ever imagine that 29 years later, it's still going strong and getting better every year?
I couldn't imagine me being 66 years old, much less a Christmas tour that's 29. Going to, I just, I couldn't, I can't even, I had to slap myself every now and then and go, 66, what? You know, I mean, and it's not a happy point, but I've outlived my mom by 14 years.
Wow.
She died young, and my sister as well. And she was 53 when she passed from cancer. And, uh, and, my dad, not much older than me when he passed. So, man, I just can't believe I'm just my brother's, turning 69. I was talking about, what? What? We're supposed to be riding bikes to school.
Well, I can't help but think that when you're doing what you love to do and you get to do it with Robin and you've got your son on drums and things like that, it's got to just help, keep you around as long as possible.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We do have a great time. I don't know how much longer we'll do the tour. We'll see how my voice holds up. I've been rode hard,
Mm.
so we'll see if it holds up a few more years. And I mean, I'd love to keep doing it. And but I'm not going to be the guy that you come to the show and go, man, he was good, but he's been better. I'm not going to be that guy. I'm gonna. Matter of fact, I've gone to some shows and seen some shows. I'll tell my wife. I said, "Don't let me do that." She said, "Do what?" I said, "Do that. Don't let me keep going because I think I'm invincible. When it starts going,
Mm.
shut me off. And but hopefully, I mean, God's been faithful to see me through an awful lot of stuff and
Yeah.
cancer and throat surgeries and all kinds of stupid things and I've been really blessed in that regard, and I'll just pray I can continue to use it and use it for His glory as long as possible.
No, and John, like I said, to me, and I appreciate you saying that, because there are some artists out there that, it gets to a point where the songs are almost unrecognizable because they've changed the keys, they've changed the speed or the tempo, and it's just like, ooh, it's almost painful watching it. But that's why I was just so blown away listening to that live album. I mean, it was just recently done. It sounds fantastic. And I know with the Christmas tour, you like to do at least something a little bit different, a little bit new each year, right? To bring to the fans.
We try to. We mix it up. There's some songs we play every year, of course, and then there's some we cycle through every second, third, fourth year, fifth year, and so it keeps being a little fresh, And it is funny that people say, "How do you keep it fresh every year?" And I'm like, I pray a lot, you know, uh, because there's only so much you can do, and I don't mess with the songs. I try to keep. I have lowered a lot of the keys a little bit because I don't know why I sang them so high in the first place, but I want to be sure they're in a good range where it doesn't sound like I'm screeching at you, you
Yeah.
know, and and also it saves my voice to continue doing 17 shows in a row, and but I don't mess with them. I don't. Matter of fact, we were doing something last year, and the band did something on "Kiss Me in the Car." They changed this rhythmic part thing up, and after the show, I said, "Don't do that. They don't want to hear that. We think it's cool, but they don't want to hear that." They want to hear that record that's spun on their 8-track player or
Well,
their cassette deck, whatever it was, back riding around in the 80s and 90s, and They want to hear it the way they remember it. And that's how I do my Christmas music. I've always recorded the Christmas songs and stayed pretty true to how I remember them having been done as a kid.
Yeah.
That's what I loved. And I know, you know, some people they jazz them up or do that, and that's great for them.
Yeah.
And it's great. And then they can leave it to me to do it the way everybody remembered it. So I'm fine with that.
No, I think it's great. In fact, the first date on the tour is the day after Thanksgiving, right? So coming up in just a few days.
Yeah.
And so speaking of Thanksgiving, what would the perfect Thanksgiving day be like for you?
Well, um, it's really interesting because I mean, this being for 28 years, we're gone. You
Hmm.
know,
Yeah.
past 28 years, we're like this next coming up Thanksgiving. We're fortunate that a friend of ours lives very close to Sugar Hill, Georgia, where we're kicking the tour off. And I think this is the fifth or sixth year we've started the tour there.
Hmm.
And we actually load into this theater Sunday before Thanksgiving
Okay.
and have production set up and technical stuff all day Sunday. And then we rehearse Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then take Thanksgiving off. We're going to our
Wow.
friend's home. And then we get back on Friday morning and have a show run through. And then Friday night, we have 600 of our closest friends and neighbors over for the first show. And so I guess if, and in a few years, I'm sure that this will probably start wrapping up um, and I'll be home for Thanksgiving. And when that happens, I'm hoping that there's, um, what used to be three little children with their husbands and wives and their children, our grandkids, that are all around the table and that we're together and uh, spending that time. Like I can remember when I was a kid,
Yeah.
because that was what everybody we would all go to my brother-in-law's family's house. My brother-in-law Danny, he and my sister met at church camp when she was 15, and the Berries and the Beckers were pretty inseparable.
Hmm.
Our two families were just always together doing stuff. And there were several other families involved too. Like four or five families that we always did stuff together. And we go to church camps together and we just do all the time. And, but every Thanksgiving, we go to the Beckers. That was just, and then it came, we go to my sister's who lived right around the corner. And they had a big house and she had seven children and I mean, five
Wow.
children. And, um, so spending Thanksgiving with them around that big, huge table with all those people was just awesome. And I'm hoping that I can have that when our touring days start. Just maybe they don't stop, but maybe we don't start at Thanksgiving. Maybe we do
Yeah.
2 week tour running up to Christmas. Something like that. And so I'll actually have Thanksgiving at home.
Well, yeah, I guess, and at least, and as you were saying that, I'm thinking that's right. You would be on the road given the schedule and when the tour starts. But at least, I'm assuming based on the tour schedule, you're at least home for Christmas, right?
Yeah, this year we get home. The last show is the 22nd.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Is that the 22nd is I think that's the Sunday before Christmas.
Okay.
Whatever that Sunday is, the last show is in just on the north side of Nashville, at a wonderful new venue called Harkin Hall.
Ooh.
Amazing, amazing venue. And then after that, we'll spend the night, and then Monday, everybody will be at my house, and the band and crew and everybody, and then we're gonna go to the Grand Ole Opry and be a part of their. I think it might be their last Christmas show of the season. I'm not
Oh,
positive, but I
wow.
think it is. And we're going to be on that show. We've done that for a few years now. It's been pretty cool, and just to celebrate the Opry Christmas, and then we're going to go to Texas and be with our family. So.
Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome, John. And I'll tell you, I have one last question I wanted to ask you. And that is, because we've had so many great conversations before, but one thing I've wanted to ask is if you look back at all you've accomplished, all you've been through over these years, what are you most proud of?
Oh. Um, I think the thing that I'm really most proud of, and this is going to sound kind of odd, but I think the thing that I'm so grateful and I can't share it enough
Hmm.
is that God has been faithful to see me through all these crazy trials that I have faced in my lifetime. And people may have heard that I had brain surgery back 30 something years ago and other things, but there's been so much more in my lifetime. It's crazy.
Wow.
And, and I can't do anything but just be grateful and shout praise to God for his faithfulness to me to see me through all that he has. And
Wow.
and that song, Great is Thy Faithfulness. Oh, I mean, that song it used to be my dad's song. It's
Wow.
my song. It's
Wow.
my song.
Wow. Well, John, I can't think of a better, more genuine and real answer than that. I appreciate you sharing that with me. And I'll tell you, I'm already looking forward to, at some point in 2026, breaking the record that you've set today and coming back for a fifth time and talking about whatever you have going on in the new year. But in the meantime, I wish you all the best with the new album, with the tour coming up. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving, a great Christmas, and thank you again so much for taking the time to join me tonight.
Thank you. It was a real treat to be with you again and look forward to our next visit.
You got it. All right. Thanks, John. And folks, we thank you for watching. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. We'll see you next time.
Remember that 65 Mustang that I bought in 74? I used to like to take you driving and get lost on those old dirt roads. And we pull off on the side, and then I'd hold you tight. Let's do that tonight. Come on and kiss me in the car. Kiss me in the car. Yeah. Now we can sit out in the driveway, do it the right way, from the heart. Let me take you back, and we'll find that same old star. Come on and kiss me in the car. Kiss me in the car, babe. Kiss me like you used to, baby. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Now that old rusted out Mustang sitting up in the garage. It seems the only time you kiss me is when I'm heading out for my job. But I called you to say we need to have a day.
We sure do, baby.
Baby, it ain't too late. Come on and kiss me in the car. Kiss me in the car. Yeah. Now we can sit out in the driveway, do it the right way, from the heart. Let me take you back, and we'll find that same old star. Come on and kiss me in the car. Yeah. Now we can sit out in the driveway, do it the right way, from the heart. Let me take you back, and we'll find that same old star. Let me hear y'all sing one time. Come on and kiss me in the car, babe.
This week's episode has been brought to you by Doherty & Company Insurance Services for all your business and personal insurance needs. Our friends at Tennis Addiction in Exton, PA. And the Malin Agency, where exceeding expectations is how they do business.